Hi, and welcome to Hoffman's Hot Seat. I'm Tom Hoffman with One-to-One Media, coming to you from the 2013 ForeSee Summit here in Ann Arbor, Michigan, at the University of Michigan. And I'm joined today by Eric Feinberg, Senior Director of Mobile at ForeSee. And today, Eric and I will be talking about some of the things that companies are missing when it comes to measuring the mobile customer experience. Eric, thanks so much for joining us.
It's great to be here with you, Tom. Thank you for having me.
Sure. So I guess as a starting point, what are some of the things that companies often do miss out on when they look at the mobile customer experience?
It's come along so fast, the mobile customer experience, that we are looking primarily at quantitative metrics, download numbers, and unique visits to a mobile site or to an app. And that only tells part of the story. If nobody does anything to their mobile experience, they're going to see those numbers trend up over time because usage to mobile is increasing. What matters more from a customer experience standpoint is the quality of that experience. What do they think about it? How satisfied are they with those experiences? Are they likely to visit their store after a mobile experience and really get into the heart and mind of the consumer and understand that?
So along those lines, can you offer recommendations as to how companies might be able to pick up on some of that information?
Certainly. Well, the quantitative stuff is all out of the box. So everybody's got the download numbers and the quantity measures. The quality side of it is a little bit more nuanced because you actually have to talk to the users who are actually engaging with the mobile experiences at the time that they're engaging with it. It's hard to do. I mean, we do it now. We've collected over 1.2 million completed surveys in mobile. That includes tablet and handset, apps, and mobile web experiences. We've discovered a few things, just fascinating findings about the quality of that experience.
So as customers, maybe a better way to ask this is, with the clients that you've worked with, can you point to an example or two of some of the things that companies have discovered by analyzing the mobile customer experience that maybe they didn't realize, or maybe they were thinking, if they think there might be an issue in one area, but they come to a realization about something else?
Absolutely. There's a couple of really great examples. One is our client StubHub, the eBay company that has the online ticketing exchange.
Yeah.
Well, they've got a tremendous mobile presence. When they started looking at our data and instrumented their mobile experiences to understand their customers' perspective who are using their mobile experience, it was mobile as a generic box. And when they segmented the data based on tablet experiencers versus phone or handset experiencers, they saw over 50% of the people who came from tablet were there to purchase. It's amazing. You might change the user experience for that. If you knew that compared to the phone users, less than a third.
Right.
Very different experiences that only with the intent knowledge, the nuance of what are you here for, what's your primary intent, that they were able to discover that.
So Eric, can you point to an example of a client that was able to discover something from the research that they conducted that they might not have anticipated?
Absolutely. There's a great example which talks about the discrepancy between mobile phone users and mobile tablet users, two very discrete universes. A lot of the companies that we start talking about mobile with, they define this as a single unit, mobile, tablet and handset together. What this one client found out is that over 50% of their tablet users were there to purchase, whereas way less than a third of their users were there to purchase from phones. Two distinct user groups, distinct user experiences are required for that, but they had built pretty much the same experience, assuming that all mobile was mobile, when in fact with this understanding of the nuance of intent, what was your intent when you came to this experience, that defined how they did their development after that.
That's interesting. So that type of information and those insights may also lead a company like that one to change the interface and the mobile experience specifically for tablet users versus smartphone
Absolutely.
users.
The user experience is heavily impacted by this kind of data. I think the most seismic example that we have across the 1.2 million surveys that we've collected is about location. A lot of people, when they talk about mobile, I mean, it's right there in the word. So they say mobile is mobile. They think that people are on the go, moving around. I need to look up this thing now.
Right.
That's not true. It's just not true. Especially when you're looking at tablet users. Tablet users, only 5% of them are on the go. 80% are at home. Handset users, it's a little bit different. Like about a quarter of them are on the go. Makes sense. We've got our phones in our pockets. We're always running around with them. I get that. But still, almost 2/3 of them are at home. they're using mobile at a convenient time for them. You use mobile at a convenient time for you. I use mobile at a convenient time for me. And so what we're seeing in this data, and especially from a customer experience development standpoint, is that it's important to develop for who these people are that are uniquely using these mobile experiences. I guess one other quick note on that is there's a lot of aggregate data about mobile. Mobile is going to surpass web usage by the end of 2013, sometime in 2014. Wow. Well, that's interesting, but I think it's really more interesting to know that 2/3 of your visitors are using your unique mobile web experiences from home. It's not about the aggregate, it's about the individual company, and we should measure them distinctly to know that.
Yeah, those are good points, thanks. So while we're talking about this, I'd be interested to know also, as you have gone through working with different clients on this, what are some of the other things that have been gleaned in terms of geolocation? For example, are you finding that there are certain retailers you may work with that certain techniques work with customers when it comes to providing them offers if they're passing by a store or location? Just share with us what you found there.
Yeah, there's some key findings there. The Uber finding is that there's actually 3 discrete experiences for retailers that they really need to develop for. 1, not even close to a store. I'm just researching or preparing for a store visit at some point in the future. 2, I'm close by. I'm almost there. I can get you to come in. And that's a discrete experience that with geolocation, you can entice them to walk through the door. And the 3rd, the most difficult, is in store. I'm in your store. I'm there. I'm using your own website or app to engage with you. How do I make this merged channel experience happen mobile in a store in order to have a 100% hit rate to convert somebody to buy something in a store? What we're seeing is that there's great difficulty in the last 2. The first one is kind of straightforward. It's like a website where they're not near a store. They're preparing for a visit, and so we just need to deliver content well to them. Contextually understanding their intent and their location for the last 2, close by to a store or in a store, is supremely challenging. I guess the one finding is that for each of our clients, it has become unique. The percentages that are doing each of these things, but also the unique drivers that you can get somebody to engage with you at each of those final 2.
Now, I recognize that ForeSee has different clients in different industries, and each of them may have different priorities and challenges that they're trying to work through with respect to their mobile strategies. But I'm wondering if there is a way to share with us some recommended starting points for most companies as they think about mobile experience. What are some things that they should be considering?
Well, one thing to consider is who to follow. Like, a lot of people are building mobile sites based on experiences that they believe are the best experiences. And by and large, when you look at industry, retail is not at the top of the heap when it comes to mobile benchmark and satisfaction in their mobile experience. So kind of be cognizant that it's not about keeping up with the Joneses or an industry that you perceive to be excellent, but it's paving your own path for your own customers. That's a really big preceding thing. The other component is to accept where you are starting from. If you have a mobilely optimized site or a hybrid kind of somewhat mobilely optimized, do you have apps? Do you have tablet optimization? Are you thinking about responsive design? Wherever you are in the starting point is where you are. Don't worry that you're behind or you're ahead. It's really, again, a unique relationship that a mobile customer has with a mobile customer experience. And to account for that in the development process radically changes where you will invest. Some companies, it might make sense to build an app because you need native functionality in like a hotel booking experience. Makes sense. Some companies don't need it. And so our goal and our role at ForeSee is to isolate that experience, the relationship of that experience between the company and the customer that they're engaging with.
Okay, great. Well, Eric, thanks for catching up with us today.
It was my pleasure. Love being on the hot seat.
Thanks.